What is up, everybody? So in this video, we're going to teach you how to set up your CRM for sales. By the end of this, you should be ready to get started and ready to begin focusing on what matters most, which is sales. Now, let's dive into it. So we're going to use LeadLoft as our CRM in this case. However, the methodology that we use within LeadLoft can be applied to most CRMs. So now let's get into setting up your CRM. The first step of setting up your CRM is really just setting up your lead and deal stages. Sometimes you'll hear this referred to as lifecycle stages and deal stages. And basically what a lifecycle stage is it's going to be anything that's tracking your relationship with a company. So in this case, we call them lead stages and we call them deal stages. So lead stages, again, it's your relationship with a company. That might be, are they new? Are you engaging them? Are they a potential lead? And are they qualified? Generally, and this is the way most sales processes work, is as soon as a lead is in fact qualified, you generally create a deal. And we kind of build that into our workflow here. So within LeadLoft, I've gone to settings, I clicked CRM and lead search, and then you can see there's some CRM settings. So under lead stages, basically what you're gonna wanna do here is design your flow. And this is what I recommend. So if you go through it, we have new, we have engaging, potential, qualified. Within the qualified stage, I like to put parentheses, create a deal, because at that stage, you really should be creating a deal. Customer, then there's not ready yet, no response, not interested / bad fit. Of course, these last three are really kind of out of the flow. So not ready yet, that's a gold mine. Every sales process should really have a not ready yet lead stage. So you have not ready yet, there's no response. Of course, if you reach out to somebody and you don't hear back from them, that is a no response. And there's not interested in bad fit. That's basically anybody that you don't want to talk to or really does not want to talk to you. So those are the lead stages. I generally recommend just copying that, just word for word, just, verbatim, and that will give you a really good starting point. If you find that you need more stages, if you're selling to really large enterprise companies and you need additional lead stages, you can always add them later. But starting with less is actually better because it's easier to expand your lead stages. It's harder to shrink it. So start with that. And then deal stages, I approach with a similar methodology. At this point, leads are qualified. And there's generally 3 stages I recommend, which is qualified, negotiation, and then proposal sent. Of course, you always have won or lost. If you win a deal, you mark them as won. If you lose it, you mark it as lost. And that's essentially what it is. So run from the top, you have lead stages. Your goal here is to qualify a lead. Once they're qualified, you create a deal. After that, the conversation with that company now moves to deal stages, where you have qualified, negotiation, proposal sent, and of course, won and lost. And again, to make things really easy on yourself, I recommend just essentially copying this exact outline. Keep it nice and simple. No need to recreate the wheel. Just start here and we'll go from there. The next step is to create your workflow. So within LeadLoft, we make it really easy to build workflows. It's one of the amazing things about LeadLoft. And what we'll do here is on the left, you can see the workflow is already built. And just to help you all out, I'll delete all these and just start from the beginning. And I may fast forward this in the video. Now there we go. Okay, great. So how do you build a workflow? So to start, you just click all leads. This is a great starting point. What do we want as a new lead? So I'll say stage anything of new. And I'll say status is action needed. I'll even say status is task overdue, just in case there's a new lead that we kind of forgot about. I'll do lead owner is me. There we go. And we'll click save to workflow. And we'll just say new leads. Go ahead and click save. And there is your first step of your workflow. And again, this workflow right here, it kind of operates like a sales funnel. At the top, you have your new leads. At the bottom, you should have your customers. So it keeps it really nice and easy. Makes selling just extraordinarily simple. And then we'll go to all leads again. And we'll create one more here. And this is generally somebody like a potential lead you need to follow up with. So again, I always stick to action needed and task overdue. We'll say potential. And we'll say no communication for 7 days. At this point, you really should be following up with somebody. If you have a potential lead, haven't talked to them for 7 days, you should go follow up. And again, we'll click save, and I'll just name it go follow up. And boom, there we go. And then again, on the left here, you can see there's go follow up, new leads. I like to have new leads on the top, so I'll just drag this down. And now you have new leads, go follow up. The next one is generally something I call the 90-day follow up. So if you have leads and they say, hey, we're really interested, but we're just not ready yet. We might be making a decision in the next 2 months. That really means, business tends to move slower rather than faster. So that really means probably the next 3 months. Within our company, we generally recommend just a 90-day follow-up. If somebody's not ready yet, mark it 90 days, follow up every 90 days. Keep it nice and simple. Keep your sales process simple. So what we'll do here is we'll click not ready yet. We'll keep the action needed and task overdue. And we'll say no communication for 90 days. And again, owner is going to be me. I'll click save. I'm gonna go ahead and create a new workflow step here, and we'll call this 90-day follow-up. Basically, every 90 days, you should re-engage these leads. And again, I'll just drag it down. Now you can see here, we have a nice little sales process being built out, which at the top, you have your new leads. Beneath it, you have the leads you need to go follow up with. And then the leads who are not ready yet, that you should go follow up with. And I really can't stress this enough. The 90-day follow-up really is a gold mine. If you're talking to a lot of customers, say 20, 30, even 60 or 100 a month, that 90-day follow-up really stacks up. It becomes a really awesome source of new customers who can like reemerge. You've already had conversations with them. It's easy to kick that conversation off again. If you're not doing that, you're going to be losing out on a lot of money. So I cannot recommend it enough. Build a way to mark leads that's not ready yet, and then have a 90-day follow-up. Just make sure you are converting leads who are interested, but they just weren't quite ready when you first spoke to them. The next one is after this point, a lead's really qualified, right? If you speak to them after 90 days or after following up, at that point, they're qualified. And what happens when a lead is qualified? You create a deal. So now the conversation shifts from managing that lead stage to managing that deal stage. So if a lead is qualified, again, I'd say you hop in here. Let's search lead loft here really quickly. It's kind of a template lead I use. So here, we've created a deal. Say qualified. Now we created a deal. Perfect. So now let's go to deals. So again, this is different. Instead of all leads, I'm clicking deals. So I'm creating a workflow step using deals, not leads. Now what I'm going to do here is I like to keep it simple. You can select specific stages if you'd like to have like a part of your workflow. You could have like a workflow step called deal qualified, deal negotiation, or deal proposal sent. I like to keep it really simple, and I just say all active deals. Then what I'll do is no communication for 5 days. And again, status, I'll do action needed or task is overdue. And then owner is going to be me again. So now it's just all my deals that I need to follow up with. I'll click save, and I'll just call this deal follow-up. I'll click save, and there we go. And again, I'll drag this now beneath 90-day follow-up. Boom, there we go, nice and simple. And the last piece here is customers. So I'll go back to leads. It doesn't really matter too much here. I'll say, maybe I just want it to be my customers. It does not really matter if I've spoken to them or the status. I'm just going to say customer, owner, me, and I can click save. And I'll just name this customers. Okay, so there we go. So now we have an awesome workflow. And again, we'll just run through it really fast. At the top, you have new leads. Again, all of your new leads that an action's needed or a task is overdue. Next, go follow up. These are leads who are potential or marked potential. And again, you need to follow up with them. 90-day follow-up, anybody who's not ready yet, you haven't talked to them in 90 days, you need to go follow up with them. Then, of course, you have your deal follow-up. This is your most valuable aspect of your entire sales funnel. You want to hop in here, make sure you are taking care and following with all of these leads, updating them, keeping them up to date, and so forth. And lastly, you just have customers, and this will just show you a list of all of your customers. Again, you can use this to upsell if you'd like and build it to be a little bit more customized, like no communication for 30 days, and then it might be an upsell list. But for now, we'll just keep it nice and simple for this example. So there it is, new leads, go follow up, 90-day follow up, deal follow up, and your customers. So now you can see we have a nice little sales pipeline here. Keeps it really simple. If you onboard a new hire, it does not take a lot of time to teach them how this works. It's super intuitive. And the next piece here is basically to set up playbooks. And these are what you'll be using to essentially engage the leads. So imagine I go to playbooks here. Imagine you have conversations with leads, and oftentimes they want to you have an automated follow-up. So what we can say is I'll create a new playbook here. I'll create a meeting follow-up. We'll call it first meeting follow-up, make it nice and clear. First meeting follow-up. We'll add an automated email. Great chatting. We'll personalize it with the first name. Great chatting with you. And then, of course, you can write your email here. And if you'd like, of course, you can also add additional emails, another automated step. And we'll run it 7 days after the previous step. And we'll even add one more in here. I'll just add that guy in there. Again, I'll do a 7-day follow-up. Or in this one, I might do a 14-day. Again, business tends to move slower than faster, so having those nice and spread out, honestly, is to your advantage, in my opinion. We'll click save. And there we go. And I can even add some additional settings over here. Times will send. Eject the playbook on reply. We'll 100% do that. When they're enrolled, we'll mark them as engaging. On reply, We'll keep them as qualified for now. Actually, we'll just no change. And then change lead stage when all steps are completed. If there's no reply, and say it's like a 10-step playbook, at that point, you might just mark them as no response. So I'll click save. And there we go. I'll just click start playbook. Let's start it off. And there we go. So now the way it works is if you have new leads who pop in, your goal is again to, you could select all of them, engage them all, use an outreach playbook, what have you. And then after you've had a conversation with them, what you can do is, let's go back to lead loft here. Once you've had a conversation with somebody, of course, you can just send an automated follow-up process. Just click send a playbook, and we'll just do first meeting, and you just click enroll. And then what you'll do is you'll have a standardized process for following up after a meeting that's just sent. You follow up automatically, and it's nice and really simple. And there you go, everybody. That is how you set up a CRM for sales. So if you do have any other questions, just leave them below in the comments, or if there's other topics you want us to check out, just again, leave them in the comments. Otherwise, feel free to copy this methodology to any other CRM. It can mostly be copied to most CRMs. However, we know CRMs can get really complex. If you do need some help, feel free to check out LeadLoft. Our team basically just throws the kitchen sink at you when it comes to support. We'll do video calls, phone calls, screen sharing, all kinds of crazy stuff at no additional cost. Again, we really appreciate it, and feel free to subscribe for more cool videos just like this one. Bye for now.